All Halayim like Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to elders and apostles, great millstone who rule and teach well with hopeful lake. Sincere shalom to the hopeful lake, the house of David, the 1/3, 144,000, who's tuning in to the truth, pushing the truth with all truth and sincerity, who have the faith of Yahweh Shai. And this lesson is going to be going into the de-dollarization of the Babylonian currency. I'm just going to read verbatim. All right. Countries worldwide are dropping the US dollar. De-dollarization in China, Russia, Brazil, Ashan. The global de-dollarization campaign is gaining momentum as countries around the world seek alternatives in the hegemony of the US dollar. China, Russia, Brazil, India, BRICS. What's missing from the BRICS? South Africa. So BRICS is the B is Brazil, the R is Russia, the I is India, the C is China, the S is South Africa. Ashan, I'm not familiar with Ashan. I may be even pronouncing it wrong, but I'm not familiar with that. I would have to do more research on Ashan. So Ashan nations, Kenya, Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is trying to join BRICS or just join BRICS, one or the other, and United Arab Emirates, that's UAE, are now using local currencies in trade. And I just seen France. Here we go, right here. France just signed a deal, struck a deal. The French president was talking about how they should move away from Babylon the Great, and struck a deal with the Chinese. And I just seen another country. Man, what was it? It was I know it was France and China, Brazil and China. It was another country with China or Russia. I can't remember. It may be in this article. Oh yeah, I think it was Kenya. I believe it was Kenya or nah, it wasn't Kenya, but it was an African country. I believe it's Zimbabwe or I think it was an African country with the letter Z in it. If it comes to me, I'll speak on it. Kenya, let's start at Beijing in Brazil. Beijing, actually, let's just start from the top. The global de-dollarization campaign is gaining momentum as countries around the world seek alternatives in the hegemony of the US dollar. China and Russia are trading in their own currencies, and those two countries are like top three in terms of power on the playing field on the stage of the earth. Beijing and Brazil have also dropped the dollar in bilateral trade. Right, I just mentioned that. The UAE is selling China its gas and yuan through a French company. Southeast Asia nations in ASEAN are de-dollarizing their trade, promoting local payment system. Kenya is buying Persian Gulf oil with its own currency. Even the Financial Times newspaper has acknowledged that a multipolar currency world is emerging. And what does this mean? Hyperinflation for Babylon the Great in the collapse of Babylon, which will lead to mass chaos. And Esau, being the butthurt wild beast that he is gonna do something to collapse the whole world, because that's what these devils are about. Let's get that. Esau is gonna come after Jake, but in the process of that, and him just being the devil that he is, he's gonna come after everybody, man, even his own people, because these devils are just what they are, devils. This is Revelations 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe. What does woe mean? Destruction. Let's get that in the Strongs. Go to the word woe. Alas. Woe. All right. Let's go into the Hebrew with that word woe, because it doesn't have it here in the Greek. All right. Woe, passionate cry of grief or despair. All right. That destruction. Lamentation, like how you had the first woe, the second woe, the third woe, which is what? World War One, World War Two, and its final war, World War Three, which will be the last battle that will commence on planet Earth, because there's not going to be no more war once Israel's in authority. Let's go back to Revelation 12 and 12 and reread from the top. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Why? For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So these Edomites are gonna let loose, which is just the judgment of the Heavenly Father. And as we see over here, Babylon the Great's out the door. Hyperinflation potentially this year, next year, or just a full blown collapse. When Chinese President Xi Jinping visited Moscow in March, his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin revealed that 2/3 of the country's bilateral trade is already conducted in the ruble and renminbi. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that, all right? This is just the word right here. It is important that our national currencies are increasingly used in bilateral trade, Putin said. We should continue promoting settlements in national currencies and expand the reciprocal presence of financial and banking structures in our country's markets. The Russian leader added, we support using Chinese yuan in transactions between the Russian Federation and the partners of Asia, Africa, and Latin America. And guess what? They don't care about Jake, all right? They threw in Latin America. But Esau is going to come after Jake. And Putin is 100% an Edomite, man. Petrodollar right here. Let's read this. The report quoted the chairman of the Shanghai Petroleum and Natural Gas Exchange. The petrodollar is out of there, man. You see, the petrodollar is out of there. It's done. Babylon is done. It's fallen. It's not going to be healed. All these countries is dropping the U.S. dollar. It's only a matter of time till that hyperinflation kicks in. It's only a matter of time. You see, you got Jake. Man, it's this is Jake right here. Man, when things get real bad, I'm gonna be straight, man. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have a bunker. I'm gonna be on a level when things get bad, and that's called being in a fantasy land, man. You think that when things think when the SHTF comes, when the shit hits the fan, there's no warning. There's no warning. I mean, we have a warning, right? Heavenly Father's dealing with you, or you just have some common sense, right? The Heavenly Father doesn't have to be dealing with you to understand that society is on its last legs, all right? Because there's heathens that clearly understand that it's over. Esau. There's a lot of Edomites. You see, there's a lot of Edomite videos of them saying they're prepared to go into slavery and know that they're Esau. You see, but Jake out here, Jake is finna get caught with his pants down. Men, women, and children, and the elderly. Let's keep going. On March 30th, China and Brazil, the world's most populous and sixth most populous countries, announced that they had come to an agreement to trade with each other in their local currencies, yuan and reais. Probably butchering that. All right. So that's just country, like literally every other week or every week, man. I'm seeing all these countries dissing Babylon and these Babylonians. You see, when a country tried to go up against the U.S. dollar, they got Democracy grenade. That's Elder Malcolm right there, the head of GMS Chicago, and that's the truth. But guess what? They can't do that to the whole world. See, Esau, that bully on the block, is finna get jumped. Literally. Let's go into that. Revelation 17 and 16. In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So even these Edomite countries are gonna come against Babylon, because the beast is NATO and the EU and the UN, because the UN is just under NATO and the EU. All right, it's all spearheaded by these Edomites, and Russia is not a part of the beast. Okay, Russia is not a part of the beast system, I should say. All right, with 10 heads, 10 horns. All right, because the beast was created to go against Russia. NATO in specific was created to combat the Russians. You see, seen that one of these Edomites. They said, which is the truth. NATO was created to keep Russia out of the playing field. Germany oppressed and Babylon on top, and that's the truth, and that's the 100% truth. But they left out Yasharallah. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep scrolling through what we can get out of this article. This video is not gonna be that long. According to the news website Ashan Briefing, at the top of their agenda were discussions to reduce dependence on the US dollar, euro, yen, and British pound from financial transactions, moving to settlements in local currencies. But mainly it's coming after the US dollar. This place is through, man. It's finna be it's let's go into what Ashan is. I think this is Ashan right here. Another southeast. Nah, it's probably not that. I mean, that's crazy that this kind of looks like it though, right? ASEAN. Let's go and see what Ashan is though. Ashan. Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Ashan. Officially the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Let's go into it. Let's see what countries are in it. All right. You got Brunei, which a country I never even knew existed till now. Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam. All right, and all these are what? Getting rid of that Babylonian currency. So the U.S. hegemony is over. China is open to talks with Malaysia on forming an Asian monetary fund, said Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, amid the world's growing impatience with the King dollar's dominance. It's out the door, man. There's no stopping it. If you got anybody that's still refuting what's finna come down the pipe, that just shows how cowardly or delusional they are. Because there's no stopping this. There's literally no stopping what's coming, and that's just a plague. Let's get because the money failed in Egypt, and it's gonna fail in Egypt again. This is Genesis 47:15. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and In the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. But what's coming down the pipe now ain't gonna be sweet like that, man. Because we got a bone to pick with these devils, and these devils got a bone to pick with us. There's gonna be race wars. There's gonna be mass chaos. There's gonna be survival of the fittest. You see, in those situations right there, people still had some form of dignity. All right, and things weren't as wicked and oppressive as they are now, because this is the greatest captivity that the children of the Most High have ever faced. So it's not going to be no handouts. It's going to be uh, kill or be killed, pretty much, in these coming days. Kill or be killed. Survival of the fittest. In the people that's going to be at the top of the food chain is going to be the elect men of the Most High. That's it. Everybody else, will have their roles to play, so on and so forth, because prophecy still has to be fulfilled. But at the end of the day, the elect is going to win, and nobody's going to stop it. And that's it for this video. Lord's will is edifying. Shalom.